Well, a very good day and welcome back to another one of my podcasts, my lockdown podcasts with me, Kris. I am here today to bring you yet another guest. I have another person lined up ready to come and have a chat with me. Now, let's talk about the weather. This is a topic I talk about quite often on my podcast, but really, recently the weather is beautiful. And today it's not let us down. It is still been a wonderful day, and I'm sure there's many more days to come. And hopefully it will still last when the lockdown, so to speak, is lifted and we can go back out into the world. And I'm sure the weather will still be on our side and still be there cracking the flags as it is now. But anyway, on to some other news, some other topic. For the past 3 nights we have been entertained on ITV with a programme called The Quiz, which, if you haven't seen it, it was all about the people who were supposedly accused of cheating on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and they cheated their way into winning the £1 million. Quite a difficult thing, really, but to watch that programme and see potentially the way it was done was quite impressive, really. And you know, it was over 3 nights, and you got told all the different sides and what happened, and you met a lot of different people. And then last night's final episode was the kind of jury in the courtroom coming to their verdict and deciding whether they were guilty or not guilty. Now, they did all get charged. Well, they got a guilty verdict from the jury and a suspended sentence. Now, I don't know what to make of this, really. I mean, did they do it? Did they not? Oh, who knows? I guess the jury is out on that one still. If you've got your own views, then, let me know if you want. We can have a chat about it. Who knows? But anyway, keeping with the little game show theme, my guest actually is coming on today to discuss and have a chat about a game show he is doing. He has taken to social media and he is doing a very loved, well-known, popular game show, which I'm sure everybody is aware of, and that is Brucey Baby's little pride and joy, so to speak, and that is Play Your Cards Right. Now, my guest today is a chap that I have known for quite a while, and he really does need no introduction. It is going to be an absolute pleasure to have a chat with him, and he can tell us all about his plans for his game show, what he's got plans, who he's been doing it, where he's doing it, and so on and so on. And just have a general chit-chat with him and have a little catch-up, so that will be absolutely lovely. Now, another thing which is playing on my mind at the minute is just how fast these weeks are going. Oh, it really is. It really is frightening. Every day I get up and I talk to the family, and it's always a surprise to be, it's Wednesday again. Oh, it's Thursday again. Oh, it's Friday. Oh, it's Monday again. And it is. These weeks are going by so quickly. It is shocking. But a good thing, really, because we're all locked up inside and, we can't really go anywhere and do much. So the fact that the time is passing quickly, that's a good thing, really. Well, it is in my eyes anyway. But I mean, I've started to count the weeks by going out on a Thursday to clap. Today's Thursday, so tonight I will be going out again with my family to the front of the house, and I'll be clapping and showing my support along with millions of other people in the country, which rightly so you should be doing. Tonight is the 4th time it's being done. But it is important that we carry on clapping for the NHS on a Thursday, and even after the lockdown, it's still important we keep supporting the NHS. Millions of pounds have been raised so far. In the news today, there's been a war veteran who is 99 years old, and he has completed 100 laps of his garden and raised £12 million for the NHS and NHS charities. That is something else. That is amazing. I know I've spoken to people on my podcast and just what they've been doing. I spoke with Tasha the other day. She's been making scrubs and things, So there's lots of people. Zach, he was raising money for putting together care packages to support people in his community. We spoke with Carol, who was doing things for the NHS as well by giving them crisps and little packages and things like that. So it really is important that we keep supporting the NHS and helping those who are helping us. I'm hopefully going to, in the future, be getting some guests on my podcast who are frontline key workers, so hopefully I'm going to be having a chat with a mental health worker, support workers. I actually, fingers crossed, hopefully very soon we'll be talking to a nurse. So that will be brilliant to have a chat with someone who is literally in the thick of it on the front line. But if there is anybody out there who fancies being involved and coming on my podcast and having a chat, because I do want to have as many people as I can and get different size, different stories, just document as much as I possibly can, it would be lovely to hear from you. So if you fancy coming on, or if you know somebody who might fancy coming on, you don't have to be a key worker, or you could just be a normal person wanting to have a little chat, because I am a nice guy, I don't bite, and we can just have a little chat. The not formal podcast, it's not like an interview, it's a bit of fun. We can talk about anything. Just if you fancy having a chat, having a go, then get in touch. Drop me a message on Facebook, or whatever chosen method of contact you do. Even a carrier pigeon with a note attached to its foot, doesn't matter. Just get in contact with me somehow. But anyway, I'm rambling now, so let's move swiftly on, and it's time for my latest guest. Now, I did say he needs no introduction, and he doesn't at all. This chap, he's done it all. He's a man of many talents, and he's a very good friend of mine. So, and I'm going to let you into a little secret. Out of all the podcasts I've done so far, this is the one which I'm really nervous for. And the only reason being is because Ryan, one of his things under his belt, he is actually a professional presenter. So, he's stepping onto the other side of the microphone today, and he's allowing me to ask him some questions. And I'm feeling a little bit nervous for it. But anyway, nerves aside, let's move on and let's welcome Ryan. Hello, Ryan. Thank you very much for joining me today on my podcast. It's been a while since we've spoken. So, just how are you? How the devil are you?
Hi, Chris. Yeah, no, I'm really good. Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I'm very good, despite the circumstances of what's happening in the world right now.
It's a bit crazy, really isn't it? It's a bit strange.
It is a bit strange. It's very peculiar. But if you can make the most of it and try and do something to keep people happy and entertained.
Indeed, and that's exactly what you've done. You've made good of a pretty bad situation, and where people are turning to social media to entertain the nation with singing and other bits of things, you've done something a bit different. You've taken one of the best game shows known to man, and you've made it your own, and you're putting it out on the wibbly wobbly web, and you're showing people. You're doing a little version of Play Your Cards Right. Just tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, sure. So the idea came from Michael Barrymore. He started this thing off on his Instagram page, which was I think somebody donated this old board game of his from his hit show Strike It Lucky. And what he did was start doing a few videos online of him playing the game and like asking people if they wanted to play with him and that sort of thing. So I thought, you know what, I've got some props from doing my game shows and stuff at like holiday parks and doing it at shows. So I thought it'd be good to get out the props and maybe bring some entertainment to people via that way. So that's where the Play Your Cards Right idea came from, because I always used to do that when I used to be an entertainer and stuff, and it was always very popular then. So I thought it'd be good because all age groups can get involved with it, and anybody can play at home, and it's very live and it's very interactive. So we started trialing that on Instagram, and it took off massively. It's really good. Brill.
So you're not doing it to raise funds for charities such, you're doing it purely for the love and enjoyment and for a reason to entertain people and give people something to watch and enjoy and smile about.
Yeah, we're not asking for donations, and I'm not asking for any money. So there's no charity aspect to it. However, we have been getting a lot of NHS staff playing along at home. Right. We've been getting a lot of key workers playing and a lot of carers. We had a carer on last week who was at work during these very difficult times, and she had all of the care home in the front room. Just for the record, they were all 2 meters apart, social distancing purposes, of course. But they were all in the front room, and we're all playing along in the care home. And I thought that was really nice. It was really brilliant.
Oh, it is.
It's little things like that you always remember. So it's sort of bringing people together. And they were playing along and did really well, complete the board. So it's open to anybody to play, really.
Now, you do have prizes, yeah?
Yeah, there is a prize. So if you could manage to get along the top row and get all 5 cards correct, you manage to do that. You get your name put into a hat. And then I'm going to do like a prize draw next Sunday. I'll be announcing the winner live on Instagram, just for the record. And the prize is a piece of commissioned artwork by myself, and it can be of absolutely anything. So it can be, it can be personalised to you. It could be of a friend, a loved one. It could be of a pet. It could be of an ex-lover. I don't know. Who cares? It could be of absolutely anything. So, that's the prize. It's a money can't buy prize, really. So that's another nice touch to the game.
It's a unique, a one-of-a-kind sort of prize.
Exactly.
Which is the best exactly kind of prize. It's very personal and unique and one of a kind. So just who can play this? This is a family game. So
family
anybody
game,
can play it.
Open to anybody at home. Dead simple to play. All you've got to do is jump on Instagram Live. We do it daily, 2:00. You just tune in to the live stream on the story on my Instagram, and then basically request to be in the video. If I see you, I'll invite you into the game. We try and get through as many as people as we can. And then we get you up on a split screen. We ask you your name, age, where you're from, what you do, who you are, a little bit about your background, that kind of thing. And then we get you into the game. And hopefully if you win, like I say, you get your name into that prize draw.
So just while we're on the topic of Instagram, just what is your Instagram details for people wanting to come and watch and partake?
So my Instagram details are the @sign, obviously, and then Ryan Swain _official. That's how you can find me on Instagram.
Nice and
but
simple.
If you just put in Ryan Swain, I do pop up somewhere on the top somewhere, so you'll be able to find me.
Brill. Now, speaking of followers and things as well, you've got quite a lot of celebrity interest in this game, haven't you?
Yeah, I've accumulated quite a lot of celebrity interest for the game. That came about through getting a few friends of mine in the showbiz world to play along at home. Once one does it, they all want to do it. And I've just been asking kindly if some of them would come and get involved, just to keep the people entertained at home. And try and lift some spirits and raise some smiles, basically. And yeah, we've had a lot of people on. We actually got it was a really surreal moment for me to get Michael Barrymore on, because he was Mr. Entertainment throughout the 90s, Mr. Primetime.
Yes.
He was like Ant and Dec merged into one, really, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think he won like 12 national television awards. It was amazing at what he did. And he had one of the biggest game shows on television. So for get him to come and play my game and do my game show was a bit of a surreal moment in my career. And then we had Natasha Hamilton from Atomic Kitten. She managed to complete the board. We've had a lot of people. We had Jenny Powell on yesterday, Wheel of Fortune. She swapped one game show for another. So
she's gone over to the dark side.
Yeah, yeah. And then we had Manchester's very own Georgie Porter. She played the game yesterday.
Brilliant.
So yeah, she did well.
You mentioned earlier, just before we started this, you have a special guest coming at the weekend. Are you able to tell us who that might be?
Yeah, well, actually, there's a lot of celebrity guests and special guests that are joining me for the duration of this week. Lee Ryan's going to be playing from Blue. We've got Keith Duffy. He wants a game at some point this week. We've got Ricky Hatton, the boxer. He was a world champion.
Awesome.
Ricky Hatton. He wants to come and play the game. So it's, like I say, it's generated a lot of interest. And a lot of the national press and the media and stuff started to get involved with it now, which is good. And hopefully it'll bring in a lot more viewers, that are people that are sat on the mobile devices, on the phones, on the tablets, on the computers at home, bored. Hopefully we'll cure that boredom and bring a bit of joy back into the home.
And it's something a bit different as well, because TV is full of reruns at the minute. There's repeats and reruns of all sorts. So something,
it's a bit boring. So it's something
everybody
new,
knows,
something fresh.
But it's a different face and it's a different circumstance, and it's just something fresh, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't disagree with that at all, Chris. And another thing as well is like it's one of them games where everybody's got an opinion on it. It's very opinionated. So even though you might not be playing the game, and I might pick somebody else to play the game, and they're playing interactively and virtually through their Instagram, the people that are watching the game, you'll find them commenting at home, and loads of comments will come rushing in higher and lower, and stick or twist, what should they do? So it's like it really generates that kind of opinion and interest. So it's good, man.
It is. It really is that kind of game. it's immersive, and it hooks you. It gets you hooked right from the start, and you're playing along at home. You're screaming, you're shouting, you're getting involved. It's wonderful. I mean, there's a thing at the minute on ITV, the quiz about the people who cheated, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and that goes into in-depth sort of things on just behind the scenes of a quiz and how quizzes are made. So there is a lot of effort that goes involved in planning and producing a quiz.
I've been watching that programme, Quiz, on
It's
ITV.
brilliant. It's brilliant, and
Yeah, it's very good.
You don't realise just what goes in, and it really does. You can be sat at home watching, like Play Your Cards Right, and you're in there. You're wanting the person to win, and you're wanting, come on, higher, lower, and you find yourself screaming like, come on, do it, and it is, and that's a good game though. That is a good game. You know, that's
Good game. Yeah.
You know, but that's what it is. That's exactly what it is all about.
I personally believe if the guy had sneezed, I think they might have got away with that.
Well, maybe.
On Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But
maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe.
There's one for the record, you know.
Indeed. Now, you mentioned briefly again before, potentially a new concept of this game. Now, obviously, don't give away secrets and don't give away
it's going to be public soon anyway. So yeah, obviously times are hard. Nobody really knows. It's very unprecedented what's going to happen next. Nobody really knows what's going to happen next. So we don't really know when we're going to come out of lockdown. Nobody knows when things are going to go back to normal. So I've had to devise a new idea, something fresh, something innovative, and I've come up with a new idea for a new game just because we've done this one for a fortnight now. So I don't want it to get too samey. You know what I'm like, I don't like things to be too alike for too long. I like to change and like to move with the time. So we are going to flip the script on the game. We're going to change it on Sunday when he announced the winner. Hopefully we're going to bring in a new game, The Price is Right, running on a similar concept, and hopefully that'll take off just as much as what Play Your Cards Right has. So, but I do think there's a market for these game shows to be commissioned, because the amount of viewers and interest that we've had just from doing it as a bit of fun. Bear in mind, this started as a bit of fun in my kitchen at home, doing it to people that follow me and some friends and family. And it's escalated and it's got bigger and better each day. The more people tuning in and celebrity people playing, and so I do think people are crying out for this kind of light entertainment.
Yeah, indeed.
And there's not enough of it on television. There's not enough of it on radio now, and there's just not enough of it out there.
No.
And the reality culture's kind of took over. But I think it's dying off, and I think people are screaming out for light entertainment, whether it's game shows,
because
comedy,
people
variety.
want to be entertained.
Exactly.
That's the be all and end all. People want to be entertained, and the power of social media these days, it's amazing. And I, for one, am absolutely astonished at just how impressive and how much of an impact social media actually has, and just what you can do. I mean, this is showing now just how you can do this. You can perform, you can entertain, you can do game shows. So who knows that for the future, maybe there'll be more social media based game shows and streaming on social media rather than TV to keep people entertained on social media.
Well, exactly. I mean, this has proved a point that you can run this through social media and still get the same figures as what you could from tuning into a television set, and that is the reality that we live in at the moment. And I think I think social media gets a lot of bad press.
Yes,
I don't agree with everything that social media does and accumulates and generates. But then at the same time, I do firmly believe that it can unite people and it can bring people together. And I think that's what it's doing in these current times.
That's it, because if you're not careful, you just find yourself sat there scrolling through posts and picking up bits of information, sometimes wrong information, bad information. And as you say, there's lots of bad press surrounding social media and cyberbullying and all that sort of thing. So something like a regular article or piece to watch, be it a game show, quiz, whatever it might be, might just alleviate some of those people who are being bored and they're scrolling away and they're giving people a bit of abuse and negative comments, because they've got something to watch. They've got something to use social media for, something to keep them entertained.
Yeah, well, this is it, and unfortunately, you are going to get negativity, and there is some nasty people out there. But it's how you come out of it, and it's how you sort of adapt to it, really. And I think if you can turn yourself off from that and there is a delete button at the end of it, so you can get rid of those.
That's
delete and blog. If you
it.
can get rid of those people in your life and keep the positive ones around you, then I think you'll be fine. So
Brill. So where would you like this to lead for the future?
Who knows where the future's going. I mean, I've got all kinds of creative stuff going on at the moment. When I'm not doing this for a bit of fun on my Instagram, I'm spending time with my kids. They're incredibly creative, so we're doing lots of art. We're doing homeschooling, and we're doing. I'm doing my own artwork for people that's commissioned, and then I'm writing new material constantly. I'm just waiting for that phone to ring from people saying, "Look, we're good to go again." Because I was in the middle of a tour which got postponed, got cancelled, and rescheduled. We are hoping that we're going to be able to go back on the road, sort of the back end of this year.
That's it, and nobody knows when that's going to be. You know,
exactly, nobody knows when this lockdown's going to be lifted. So at the moment, it's just persevering around what's happening.
That's it.
And doing what we can with that. But you know, yeah, I'm still very in touch with music, so I'm DJing a lot. I did a set last weekend on a very big page that goes out to people all around the world. You know, it isn't just for the NHS staff and carers and key workers in this country. It goes out to people in Spain. I've had messages from South Africa, America, Italy, Europe, all over. So that engaged with those people, and I did an old school dance classic set, playing loads of like clublandy kind of stuff, and banger after banger, and people loved it. So I think people are looking for music. They're looking for something to entertain them. They're looking for something to, they're looking for some sort of positivity. But at the same time, in this, I mean, it's a pretty dark time for everybody. I think it's kind of for some people, it's kind of a human necessity to kind of find the beauty within a dark place.
Definitely,
you know what I mean?
Definitely. That's the most important thing about it, because what's going on is really bad, but it's so easy to focus on the negative and all the badness and ignore all the goodness. But it's the goodness that gets you through it. You know,
exactly.
we could all sit there and mull around and be all down about it, but there's always, with every bad, there's always a good. And I think you've got to take that good and you've got to make it positive and use that to drive you forward to the next day, then the next day, and so on and so on.
Absolutely, Chris. You're spot on in what you're saying there. But I think the thing with the game, going back to the game show, I don't take it very seriously. It is a bit of fun, and it's fun for people, and I think it's incredible as well at the moment. Like people in very serious professions, like in the NHS, doctors, nurses, medical staff, they're all, they're working incredibly hard throughout a very beleaguered time, but they're still managing to find time to try and spread a bit of joy, lift people's spirits, and not take themselves too seriously as well. I've seen people doing TikTok videos in scrubs. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't normally happen under normal circumstances, but
it's just anything.
It's just something there, isn't it? Just to take the edge off really what is happening.
Of course, and something like a game show. If these key workers and NHS staff are able, in whatever short amount of break they may get, if they're able to tune in and just watch a live game show on Instagram, that's possibly something as simple as that might just pluck them up a little bit, just to kind of carry on and keep doing exactly what they are doing.
Yeah, exactly. Now, going back to that, you asked me a question. Where do you think it'll lead?
Yes.
I'd like it to lead. I mean, potentially, I could use this as a pilot. There's nothing better. This is live television. Technically, it's on Instagram. It's on social media, but it's still live. The camera's rolling. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen next. The viewers at home don't know what's going to happen next.
Of course.
That's exciting. That's exciting television. If you look at any channel at the moment, there is very limited and very there's not many programs that are actually broadcast live. No. And I think that's another thing which people are sort of crying out for. They're wanting the light entertainment, but they're also wanting something that is live. And you feel the anticipation of not knowing what's coming next. That's always a fun thing.
Of course. Now, you are a man of many talents, aren't you?
In the modest way possible, yes. But
Do just about anything. Now,
I wouldn't say that, but I do enjoy trying new
trying new
things
things. It's good
and
for the
trying
soul,
to
isn't
do it
it?
to the
It's good for
best
the
of my
soul.
potential. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's good for the soul. It's good for morale.
So
So
not only are you doing your little game show, you've done a little bit of your DJing spots. This is just it in general as well. In working real life, you're a fantastic artist, and some of the artwork you've done is superb.
I've got enough now. I think with this lockdown, I think I've got enough artwork now to really set up my own exhibition and gallery, which I've been wanting to do for a lot of years. Never announced it. I never told anybody.
Well,
That's what I want
that's
to do. But
something for
it's
the future.
anchoring. Yeah, something for the future
Watch
to look
this
forward
space.
to.
Indeed, something to look forward to. Something else to look forward to. As well as all this, and you're busy doing all that and everything. You're also a comedian as well,
Yeah, I write a bit of comedy. In fact, I'm more of a ghost writer these days.
right? Okay.
Like I write a lot of one-liners and jokes for other people, and I've I've done all right with it.
Brilliant. And
But
then so that's another thing on your CV, another rung on the ladder, and also I'll keep them coming. Presenter, you do a lot of presenting as well, both live,
that is my
radio,
niche.
everything.
That's my forte, is the presenting. If anybody asks what I do, yeah, I'm an all-round entertainer. I'm a light entertainer, family entertainer, whatever. And I do a bit of art, but I'm a presenter. At heart, at soul, on stage,
And then
in the
finally,
public. That's what I do.
and then finally, on this list of talent, a rapper as well. Tell us about your rapping, because you've been doing a bit of that, and there's been quite a few little bits of snippets popping up on social media with you spinning some tunes and rapping and dropping your beat, whatever
I'm
it's
glad
called.
you clarified that, because when you said rapper, I didn't want people at home assuming that I was some sort of amazing hacker for presents. Do you know what I mean? Don't come to me with your birthday presents or Christmas
Amazon's
stuff.
finest.
Yeah, I am a nightmare. Ask any of my exes, anybody that I've lived with, anybody in my family. I am terrible at wrapping presents. I actually put them in really nice, sparkly bags to make up for it, just to avoid the wrapping.
The typical male thing to do, Ryan, is just stick it in a bag.
Just dump it in a bag.
Fine.
Happy days.
It's just I normally do the same, but I end up using the same bag someone's already given me, so I give them the bag back. So
that's recycling. That's good.
Well,
in this
that's a
current
good
climate.
thing. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So go on.
Yeah, rapping. So I actually call it more MCing. So I started MCing when I got into DJing. I found DJing when I was about 10 or 11 years old at youth club, and I used to go there with a lad called Luke Gibson, and it used to be a very close friend of mine. He was a twin. Terrible twin. He had a TV program made about him, but we won't go into that. I don't want to embarrass him too much if he's listening. And he was a really amazing DJ. He was fantastic for his age. He was just one of the naturally talented people at mixing and producing and doing his stuff. And I got into DJing and music through him. He was into very hardcore dance music at the time then, back in the early noughties. And then I started mixing a little bit myself. And then I picked up the microphone one day. That's when I first found the microphone, to one of his sets that he was doing at the youth club. I just started MCing to what he was doing. And the microphone came into my hand one day, and that's how it started, really. Unlike the first time that I performed at Flamingo Land when we used to work, here's a microphone, there's your stage,
go on,
your
get
audience. Now get out there and do what you can.
A little kick up the backside, and off you go.
What am I doing, Chris? Just get out there.
You work it out. It's fine. Just do it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So Ryan, a couple of little questions for you to entertain my little mind more than anything. Now we know Brucey baby, he always had two dolly birds at his side to help him with his cards and things. Now, because of social distancing and everything else, you can't have a couple of dolly birds at your side. But if you could have...
I wish I could have more than two as well, but unfortunately I can't. Yeah. So.
But if you could, who would they be?
Very good question. And my ideal dolly dealers, and they've actually done this on the camera, is my daughters Ivy and Isla.
Oh,
perfect.
Bless.
Beautiful, glamorous, identical twins, very cute, very funny. They're amazing. So
Bless.
yeah, I'd keep it in the family, family business.
Of course, definitely. So while we're on this little subject of ifs and cuds and things and whatever else, Brucey also was known for his catchphrases.
That's right. Yeah.
Do you have any of your own catchphrases?
Don't go far unless it's to the bar.
Oh yes, love it. Unless you're like
No,
me and
seriously.
I take my bar everywhere with me.
I have been using this one. Nice 2 meter to meter nice to get the word out about social distancing.
Oh, nice 2 meter. Love it.
Yeah.
And a play on words. There's nothing better than a play on
words.
words.
We love a pun. Everybody loves
Brilliant.
a pun. I've been trying to get Paul Chuckle to play the game, just so we can get him up and we can. I think you know what's coming.
Definitely. Go on, say it. Do it.
To meter. That's what you'd say if he said it. To meter.
Brilliant.
To meter. Yeah.
Oh wow! So it does sound like everything is going well, and you're enjoying your little lockdown.
I'm enjoying my lockdown. Yeah.
Good.
It's not ideal. It's not ideal for anybody, and I deeply sympathise with everybody out there at the moment. I really do. But if you're listening and you're a key worker, keep up the great work. You work in hospitals for the NHS, keep up the amazing work.
Indeed.
And if you're at home feeling a little bit glum and a little bit sad, and you're looking to be uplifted, come and tune in to my Instagram tomorrow, 2:00. Play your cards right. We'll sort that out.
You do it every day, is it? You do it
every day. Yeah, we'll be doing it daily. It was only meant to last for like a week, but by popular demand, I've sort of done it for another week, and then we're going to finish it this Sunday. And I think then next week we'll launch this new idea and this new brainwave of mine that I've got. So, yeah.
So just before we go then, and
but we might be out of lockdown by then.
This is it. We might be. Who knows?
Hopefully.
But
Who knows?
even if we're not, do carry on.
Yeah.
I think there's lots of people learning new things. Like I've started this, podcast and things, and I'm definitely, when all this is finished, I'm going to carry it on because
you're going to pursue it.
I've enjoyed it, really enjoyed it, and I think there's lots of people.
My crown. You'll be coming after my presenting crown.
Watch this space. You never know. I'm hot on your tail. I'll be chasing after that microphone off you. It'll be your turn to kick me up the arse. Sorry, bum.
You're doing a great job. A great job.
Thank you. So just before we do say our goodbyes and things, is there anything else you would like to add? Is there any shout outs or mentions or plugs? Tell us once again all your social media details.
Yeah, of course. Tune in to Play Cards Right daily with me, Ryan, and sometimes my dolly dealers assist me, Ivy and Isla, 2:00. Every day on my Instagram at Ryan Swain Official. That's how you'll find me.
Brilliant.
And don't forget to follow the page. And just a shout out to, let me just think about it. Shout out to all the people, everybody out there.
All
the people.
Yes.
So many people. Shout out to them all.
Brilliant. I'm so glad you didn't sing any more of that song because it would have been a copyright claim. Thank you.
It would have been horrendous. Yeah.
Well, that could be another thing to add to your list of talents, Ryan. Singer as well.
I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go.
Might as well.
Yeah. It's probably best that I don't sing, to be fair. I'll leave that to the professionals,
Yeah. Well, Ryan, it's been wonderful having a chat and a catch up with you.
Yeah, it's been very nice. Thanks, Chris. Really appreciate it. Cheers,
no problem
buddy.
at all. I will speak to you very soon. Look after yourself. Stay safe.
You too. Take care. Stay safe, everybody.
I will
Bye.
see you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Well, there we go. A wonderful catch-up with Mr. Ryan Swain himself there. It has been a long time since myself and Ryan have had a chat and a catch-up, and it's been wonderful to hear just what he's been doing during this coronavirus and lockdown. And play your cards right. We all love the game. We've all seen the game. Ryan's adding his own little spin to it, and very soon he will be reinventing it a little bit more and putting his own little stamp on it. So good luck with everything, Ryan. Good luck with all that. I will be sure to check in and watch. Who knows? I might even get a little cheeky game myself. So one last time, Ryan's social media details are Instagram at Ryan Swain Official. You can go and check in there daily for Ryan's live game of Play Your Cards Right. And also you can search on Facebook for Ryan Swain Official as well, and you will get all the relevant information there. Once again, thank you very much for taking part, Ryan. I do appreciate it. It was, like I said, lovely to speak with you. Don't forget, I will be uploading another podcast very soon where I will have another guest. And one of my upcoming guests is a chap who, again, I will be having a bit of a giggle with, a bit of a laugh and a joke, because laughter is the bestest medicine. And we'll also be discussing some quite serious things as well. But in good lockdown podcast spirit, that is all from me, and I will leave you with my trusty words of wisdom. But just one thing before I do go. Today is Thursday, and one thing we do as a nation on a Thursday is we gather together outside on our streets, not forgetting to keep your 2 metre social distancing rules, but we gather together outside our houses and we make as much noise as possible to support our NHS. So make sure you do the exact same tonight, because it is very important that we do still do it and show these people who are there on the front line fighting this virus, helping us to stay safe. We have to do our bit and show them their support. So make sure you are there outside at 8 p.m. on the front of your houses, and you're screaming, you're shouting, you're clapping, you're cheering, you're banging your pots and pans, you're chucking your kids up in the air, whatever, make as much noise as you possibly can to support the NHS. Because like I say, it is very important that we show them just how much we love, care and appreciate everything they are doing for us. So I shall be seeing you very soon, hopefully, but I'm sure you'll be hearing from me a lot sooner. Keep being safe, keep being careful, and more importantly, you've guessed it, keep washing those hands.